I'm your math teacher Tao. Today I'm going to share with you some miscellaneous functions of Desmos that can also come into handy, and this is going to be our last video for the tutorial for the use of calculator Desmos. So let's check it out. Okay, so there are in this video I'm going to share with you like 3 functions which I think are very important when it comes to using the Desmos. The first one is if you deal with an absolute value function. For example, here I've already input an absolute value function here. So whenever you deal with this type of equation, you don't need to do it by hand. Just input that into Desmos. For example, so on the screen you see there are 2 like vertical lines, right? So these are the x-intercepts, which are the solutions to this equation. So if you click on it, but oops, even though it shows where the intercepts are, but we cannot see the value of it. So in previous videos, we've already talked about this problem. So what we can do is replace the equal sign with negative sign, minus sign. Okay, so this time you see that the x-intercepts are given here. So you can say the solutions to this equation are negative 0.2 and then 1. Okay, so this is the first function I want to share with you. And then the second function is finding trig values. For example, if you want to find sine of an angle, cosine, tangent, etc. So you don't have to remember, like first of all, some students might first convert any angle into a reference angle and then use unit circle to remember the trig values of those angles. But you don't have to do that anymore, as long as you can use Desmos. So for example, if I want to find out the value of sine of like a very large number, 208 pi over 3. But first of all, you have to make sure that whether your mode for angles is in degrees or in radians. You can click on this range button, and then at the very bottom of this you see there are radians and degrees. If you click on either of it, then it will convert to that mode. So we have 208 pi over 3, so obviously this is an angle in radians, so I choose radian, and you see that on the screen the sine value of this angle is negative 0.866 or something, right? If we use degrees, it will be a different value. So you do have to check this out. You have to make sure that they're in the right angle mode. Okay, so this is the second function. And the third one, the last one I want to share with you is I found a lot of students they can't remember the distance formula. So if you need to find out the distance between 2 points, if you forget about the formula, you can find that formula, or you can use that function on Desmos. So let's click on functions and scroll down. Okay, scroll down here. And geometry, in this category there is the distance, so you can click on it, and then you can input any 2 points, the coordinates of any 2 points. For example, I want to find out the distance between 1,2 and then 0.5, 4. So you see that the distance is 4.47 etc. something, right? Very handy. So you don't have to remember this anymore. Okay, so these are the 3 functions I want to share with you, and this is our closure for our this series of videos for the tutorial for Desmos. Hope you can learn something from these videos, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye bye.